Hello and welcome to Beat 'em Up Wrestling. This is the January 22nd AEW Jericho Cruise
Whoop, whoop.
Bash at the Beach.
Yeah, part two, right? Part two. That's what we're
Yeah.
saying. So cool.
So this show was pre-recorded.
Yeah. Even though it was pre-recorded, they still won the Wednesday Night War.
Yep.
It was like 8-7 something, 8-7-9 or whatever for pre-recorded. There's spoilers all over the internet. But we didn't look at any. Well, you did.
Yeah. Somebody spoiled it on Twitter with the picture.
But, it's okay.
But yeah.
First, did you guys see that stupid song Jericho came out with for Dynamite? If you haven't, find it, because it's stupid, and I've had it stuck in my head, and I hate that he made a catchy tune that was like 80s feeling, and it was so good with the little graphics and everything. Anyways, yeah, just music part of me, I kind of loved it, so it was stupid. Anyways, to the show, it opens up with the biggest match that they had to start off with, which was the Tag Team Championship. So it came out with Hangman, Kenny Omega, and against SCU, the champions. I thought it was a decent match. I don't know. Yeah. Kenny and Adam looked really good. Hangman. I thought SCU was kind of a little bit.
They looked a little off. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe.
But you predicted this. You predicted that SCU would drop the belt.
Yep, and it just kind of sets up for the whole Kenny and Hangman, the elite thing, because the Bucks come out. And, they're celebrating, but of course, Hangman's feeling some sort of way. Still, he's in his feelings. And he kind of got out of the ring, started crowd surfing, grabbing beer. Hangman being drunk is amazing. I just love Hangman's character, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think this sets up for either SCU to get back as Christopher Daniels and Kazarian as a tag team, so that Scorpio Sky could be in singles.
Or a 3-man.
But they also did say they were going to have 6-man tag team belts. So.
Yeah, so there's been rumors about that too. But yeah, that'd be interesting to see. But it was kind of cool to see the dynamics. And then a couple matches later, they cut to Kenny talking to, was it Tony Schiavone? Was it Tony Schiavone? Yeah, I think it was, right? Was it Tony Schiavone? They cut to somebody. Somebody interviewed Kenny.
I don't remember exactly who it was. It was Kenny and Hangman.
And Hangman came in and they were talking about the belts in the next match. And I guess they're going to give rubber match to the Bucks.
Omega's talking about giving a chance to the Bucks, and Hangman doesn't look too pleased with it. Yep. And then the Bucks come in and they start celebrating. They keep on cutting off Hangman as he's trying to talk, so Hangman gets pissed off. You could see he's getting irritated with the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And then
makes a jab.
Yeah, makes a jab saying, well, we won the belts before you guys did, and then walks away.
Yeah, so, there was a lot of good high points in the match, though, of course, because, Scorpio Sky is a really good wrestler, and same thing with Frankie. So, it was good.
Kenny and Hangman have really good tag team dynamic.
Yeah, they got really good very quickly.
I wasn't expecting them to, because they're singles, and they work really well together.
What was it? His buckshot he did? When he did it over the rope and onto the ramp, and then he came back and did it again, and then Kenny does the V-trigger.
The V-trigger buckshot
which
together.
is really, really cool, so I really like that. It was, it's nice to see Kenny has a belt now. I did say last week that hopefully that makes people feel like Kenny's somewhere. It's not. I mean, everybody wants him to be AEW champion, but it's not his time yet, though. Kenny is all about stories. From what we know, it looks like he likes developing a storyline. He'll eventually get the belt. He's in no rush, But
no, I think Jericho is doing so well with the belt. I don't think anybody else needs the belt right now.
No, it's just he's the perfect person. I mean, we'll get into Jericho in a little bit, but it was a great match. We have part of the elite, 50% of the elite won the belt with Hangman Page. Yeah. And then we get into
Kelly with Britt Baker,
which was a pretty interesting match because a lot of people were really excited to see Priscilla Kelly in the ring. She's kind of known through her indie stuff with was it bar wrestling?
With bar wrestling.
What's his face?
Joey Ryan.
Joey Ryan. I love Joey Ryan. He's such a good guy.
She's a really good wrestler.
Britt Baker turns heel.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting because Britt Baker wins this with her what's that move called?
It's like a mandible claw type thing.
Yeah, the mandible claw.
Lockjaw. Yeah.
She wins it with the lockjaw, and then Tony Schiavone goes up there
He totally. He didn't even ask for this though. Makes
Yeah.
fun of him and his
Yeah.
job. Where were you before this?
Just makes jabs that Tony Schiavone was working at Starbucks.
Starbucks being a barista, a shitty barista.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, look at her with her
I think
clever words.
I think Britt Baker being a heel kind of works for her right now. Because she was going nowhere as a babyface. I mean, people liked her. She has that they built her to be a star, and she kind of portrays the star. She just needs to work on her promos and her in-ring.
Yeah.
But she's also a full-time dentist, so
yeah.
I mean, she's doing something that
like this, and she clouded that a bunch of times. You know, I'm a professional. I do this, and I got.
No, but it is very impressive.
It is very impressive.
I wouldn't be able to be a dentist, and
it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of schoolwork.
But I think this was one of her better promos.
Yeah, better promos. She looked a little better in the ring too. I thought it flowed a little better with Priscilla Kelly. She's still just a little green, but I mean, her promo did very well. It delivered well. People kind of weren't expecting her to go already full heel.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see. Interesting to see where it's going to actually go from here, because whoever gets the belt next from Riho is going to be meeting her at some point, and she's going to be more pissed off than she is now.
And one thing to AEW, can you guys please put the Shauna Nyla Rose feud onto the actual Dynamite and not just on Dark? I think that's one of the best storylines that they have for the women's division.
They're so petty online.
Yeah. But
I love Nyla.
What they're doing, I think it's the most fleshed out storyline they have for women's division.
Yeah.
And it's kind of going unnoticed because it's only on Dark and it's only on Twitter.
Yeah, yeah. And then they had the background, the back scene brawl that they did in Champagne. Yeah, they did in Champagne. During the meet and greet, it's just there was a lot of back and forth. So it's like they're continuing a storyline, and a lot of people are hopefully seeing that. But yeah, it's good stuff. So
so hopefully they bring that to the main.
Yeah, and then so commercial break. They go to the next match, which is Jurassic Express versus Proud and Powerful and Chris Jericho, which was a highly anticipated match because they just before this released a Jungle Boy vignette about him and his growing up into wrestling and his dad Luke Perry and stuff like that. That was released earlier that day. And then they showed highlights about the draw time match limit that he had with Jericho. So it was kind of like a little build up here. But yeah, the crowd was loving it. The crowd was spotting for Marco Stunt. Everybody was having a good time. The crowd went crazy singing Judas. Yeah. Just the crowd was amazing. Crowd was, it was windy and like
they were having a blast.
Yeah, you could totally tell. Like next, it's gonna be harder to get into seeing the Cruise next year because they really sold it on television and looked good.
And then next year they said they're gonna try to make it live, so no more pre-recorded. So we'll see how that works out because they are gonna be in the middle of the Caribbean Sea. So
yeah, so it was interesting that there wasn't any type of, any interruptions, and if there was, you really didn't notice it because it is kind of hard to do something live out there unless they're ported. They might just try to dock and to do it live, which is a possibility. Just has to do with timing. But it was a good match.
Marco Stunt looked great in this match.
He's getting so much better. Like Marco, you probably won't even ever see this, but like, dude, you totally grew as a wrestler. Forget about any of those naysayers. You don't even worry about it, dude. Just do your thing.
Yeah,
they look so good now.
Yeah, I think you could tell that Jericho respects Marco Stunt because. Like some of the moves that Jericho was selling for Marco made Marco look like $1 million. Like
Definitely.
Yeah, it was a good match. I think Jurassic Express looked good. The only thing I didn't like was when Luchasaurus left with Jake Hager. It's kind of like, okay, you have beef with Jake Hager, but your team is in the ring.
Yeah, and it's a little bit like I don't know if he still because of the injury he had. He still looks like everything's a little bit too set up for him. When he gets in the ring, and you have this flow between Jungle Boy and Marco that's like kind of seamlessly, like they're really kind of knowing have more ring awareness, and Marco's really throwing his body, especially literally when Luchasaurus throws Marco.
It's so scary though.
Yeah, I know. He's like seriously, like but you can tell how hard and how much he wants this. So to disrespect Marco in any way, it's kind of like, dude, like Cody says, do the work, and he definitely is doing the work. So if you like AEW and you respect what Cody does as far as what his thing is, do the work. Marco's doing it. Stop. Everybody needs to stop with that.
Yeah.
But the match was really good. I thought it was one of the best matches of the night. Jericho, it's just funny shit that happens in a match. It was good. Santana Ortiz looked a lot better. Like everything was going on with Santana. They looked a little more cohesive. I'm really eager to see Hager already get in the ring and do something.
Yeah, I think that's gonna probably be for Revolution.
Yeah, same thing with
Luchasaurus versus Jake Hager.
Yeah, so that's gonna probably be a really good match. But yeah, so of course, the Inner Circle wins over them. So that was kind of like, Judas effect.
Yeah, that Judas effect on Marco.
it was unnecessary. But if you guys check out the footage from the cruise, he was up there singing with Jericho, and you know, so like there's a lot of like breaking the third wall. Moxley was singing, everybody's doing their thing out there, so everybody had a good time. Yeah, so like it was probably, I'm a little jealous because I didn't think it was going to be that good, but everybody's saying how good the actual cruise was. So.
I mean, for, what was it, $1,000 for the cheapest package per person?
It was like $750, I think you said, something like that. Somebody had put up there, it was like $750 for like the worst cabin, which is probably like the seasick cabin.
the one that goes under.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, you know, but I respect the fact that they were actually, it was like literally faraway shots. They were moving, and I don't even know if you could feel that or what. My equilibrium wouldn't be able to handle that.
The boat's too big.
It's never too big. I definitely would probably feel that. But yeah, anyways, next match to come up was MJF versus Joey Janela. Of course, MJF has to just, I don't know, everything's always slow with MJF in his matches because he just talks so much shit. Yeah. So, and Joey Janela came out with some dreads, little cornrows in his hair, looking all, you know, like he's ready about to go to the beach and stuff like that. But then, of course, they can't even have a real full match. It was like maybe, 10 minutes? 10-minute match? Yeah. Because Kip comes out again and distracts Joey Janela with Penelope. So, of course, leading up once again to something between them two. There was, speaking of Penelope, there was footage or photos that Kenny Omega and Riho went against Kip Sapien and Penelope in an intergender match.
Yeah, they were kind of teasing about it.
They were teasing it, so and nobody said it's on Dark yet. Nobody has said.
Or maybe they're just working some stuff out so they could.
Probably, like it was kind of like their house show. Yeah. But yeah, I'm real excited to see that. I like the little backstage thing they had with Kenny and Penelope, and they're just being so ignorant. So I really want to see how Kenny's all for women wrestling.
They did bring up that during the match before this, which was the Britt Baker one. Yeah. Well, 2 matches before this. They did bring up why Riho hasn't been in AEW. She has a lot of international dates that she's still going through. Yeah. So they did acknowledge that. JR was talking about it. Excalibur were talking about it, that Riho is not only just the AEW champion, she has a big commitment with Stardom, and she's been going to a lot of international dates. So I know it's a busy schedule, but it doesn't help the belt.
No, it doesn't. And there's supposed to be was it Priestley, her last name?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said something, there was a rumor going on just a little while ago. I saw somebody posted saying that it was confirmed that she has a full-time contract now with AEW. But I heard she had a tag team belt in Stardom.
Her
so
and
Jamie
Hayter, I think.
I think it was. Yeah, so I don't know how far that will go. Too. So hopefully.
Which is kind of interesting. So the Stardom is owned by New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, and so we have 3 of their major players kind of sometimes coming over to do stuff with us. Kashana was over there too, wasn't she? Yeah. So
Io Shirai's going back to Stardom. Yeah,
there was a rumor on that. So it's just interesting to see, like you said.
Yeah,
the dynamics.
So Stardom and AEW have a relationship, and it seems like it's not breaking up.
No, anytime soon.
So New Japan and AEW.
I don't know. That'd be nice to see some Will Ospreay.
Maybe we'll be having Naito and Ospreay out here in.
Don't
AEW.
even say that. It was good enough to see Okada and Ibushi at All Out.
Well, I mean, we might.
Well, no, was it All In? All In.
All In.
All In. Yeah.
We might be having some crossed.
That'd be great to
rosters,
see Naito.
So.
But hopefully things are better progressed than they would say. They're not going to tell us the whole story. No. You know, because why would you do that? But hopefully they're on the right path. We can all agree to that.
It looks like they're not.
No, especially with the guy that what's his name? I keep forgetting his name. Went against Moxley. Supposedly he was showing interest in AEW.
Lance Archer.
Yeah.
I think that's actually
a thing. That might be a thing.
Yeah,
right?
Him and Brian Cage. It's not official because they haven't released it, but
there's all this speculation
that they are actually coming to AEW, which is really big for all the naysayers of AEW that just call them a spot fest, because now you're gonna have some big guys in there that could work.
Especially Brian Cage, and Brian Cage is fast too, though, so he's not just a big dude.
So you have Luchasaurus, you have Wardlow. You have Jake Hager,
which we'll hopefully start seeing soon, because we get into that.
Dustin's a pretty big guy too, so I mean, they're filling up the roster.
Yeah, they're definitely, by the time this time next year, it's going to be a whole different conversation when it comes to AEW. So just
maybe Marty and Flip.
Marty and Flip take AEW.
Yeah.
That'd be great. But yeah, so of course, MJF takes the win, doesn't he? Yeah, right.
Yeah, MJF wins.
Yeah,
like the double cross.
Yeah, double cross. But yeah, he talks mad stuff. Cody comes out, of course, because you just have to do that. You have to provoke him because he tried to provoke him back. Didn't touch him like he said he wouldn't. But then the Bucks come out, basically beat the crap out of him, throw him in a pool. It's nice to see. Yeah, just MJF and everybody. They're just, I don't know. It's good storylines. He talks well, and he's a great person to go against Cody right now because they're really great like mic workers. So that storyline is perfect. There's nothing to say about that. Yeah. I just want to see him already in the ring. It's getting a little like they're dragging it out, which is good.
Yeah,
but we'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there. So then what happens next? Was it the main event? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, the Bucks came out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. The matches were pretty long though, because they had a 16-minute time limit on the SCU match in the beginning too. So but yeah, so then there was the main event, which was the Bastard versus John Moxley. But yeah, John Moxley come out once again looking like a Solid Snake. Totally embracing the eye patch and everything, pretending like he's injured. Such a good seller.
Yeah, it was a big part of the whole
it was I can, and the thing comes out, he's blinking real hard. Like you could hear the blink literally in the audience. He was blinking so damn hard. But yeah, it was a good match, of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
these two are just amazing.
They need another belt because Pac needs that belt. Like, if you were worried about another belt and it not being taken to that level, Pac will take it to that level and he'll hold it for a long time and keep it entertaining.
Well, I think Pac could also be AEW champion.
He could be, and he'd be such an asshole. Yeah. By himself, double-crossing people.
He would elevate that belt.
Abducting people like he does to freaking Micah Nakazawa. Like, he would just, like, your best friend? What? He just beats him up in the back.
Like, they have their main events. Their main card people is Pac, Moxley, and Jericho, I think, for a little bit. Because Pac is feeling like he's being disrespected by the AEW main people, and that they're not taking him serious. So this was his big chance to get back in the scene. He loses, so we're gonna see where this goes from there. Yeah. But I know they're setting it up for him and Kenny. Yeah. But now it's weird because Kenny's tag team champion. So where does that leave the Pac and Kenny thing?
They're gonna feud. It's a thing. I mean, I think it's gonna be squashed right after this. But I don't know what he's gonna do.
But it can't be squashed. He's just been messing with Nakazawa this whole time. So
I don't know what's gonna happen, but something's gonna happen with Hangman. I think Hangman's the key to what everything's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna go where Hangman's gonna. Yeah. He's gonna leave. He's gonna betray the Elite.
It's gonna be a crater size betrayal when it happened. It's gonna be something that's gonna be like what?
So it could be the Young Bucks beat them for the belts, and Hangman loses his cool. And goes out and starts beating the crap out of them.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, also highlighted the match was that Jericho went on the commentary too. So he was talking a lot of crap, of course, in Jericho fashion on this match. But yeah, it was, there was a lot of matches. A lot of matches went very long.
It was good though.
It wasn't like, oh God, this is never going to end type thing. So yeah, it was a good setup to everything. They just announced C2E2 to be for like booth 200 and something. The Young Bucks are going to be there. Cody, Hangman, SCU. So they'll be signing on Friday and Sunday.
Because Saturday's the pay-per-view.
Revolution, yeah. So, and we'll be there, and then we'll be doing a panel Friday nights.
1 month away.
1 month, yeah, almost a month and like 5 days or whatever. February goes pretty long next year.
So we're going to be seeing things pick up in AEW. There's going to be the steel cage match in Atlanta. Yeah. So yeah, I think all these storylines that they were building from last year are going to come to a clash in Revolution. It might be a palate cleanser after Revolution, and we're going to start seeing some new dynamics happening there.
There's going to be a lot of shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be very good. It's going to be a stacked card. No doubt.
It's already building up to be something huge. I think it's going to be Pac versus Kenny.
Mm-hmm. You got MJF and Cody. Mox versus Jericho.
Or maybe they save the Bucks for Kenny and Hangman, and Pac doesn't go against them, against Kenny.
Yeah.
Maybe Pac versus Nakazawa for an opening match. I don't know.
No, Pac is gonna wrestle. I don't know what he's gonna do though.
Kip versus Joey Janela.
Yeah, definitely.
Then you have
maybe Luchasaurus versus Hager.
Yeah. Chris versus Riho probably again.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have something else going on with Britt Baker. I think they're building for her to go against somebody. Now she's gonna be a heel. Maybe Britt Baker versus Shida.
Yeah, something. Yeah, but there's a lot of players that we haven't talked about, like a lot of the other tag teams, like Pentagon and Phoenix and Santana Ortiz. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna leave a lot of people out in Chicago, especially one of the hypest wrestling cities. So yeah, there's gonna be, because we only mentioned like 5 matches.
Yeah,
and usually they run like a 3-hour pay-per-view.
It's gonna be interesting
like
how they
longer
build
than
up
that,
to
right?
Oh, yeah.
They always do a buy-in, which is usually 30 to 40 minutes too.
Yeah, I think they do 4 hours.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot longer than we're saying right now. But keep in mind, there's gonna be some cards that are gonna be longer.
And then there are people that are, like we said earlier, Lance and Brian Cage, that are supposed to be coming.
Yeah.
Matt Hardy is rumored to be going.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors.
But then again, Villain was also rumored, and then we ended up finding out it wasn't true. So
Marty Jannetty.
This
the stupid BT video.
Next month is gonna be very interesting how they build up for the pay-per-view.
Yeah, and to see if there's gonna be what type of dynamic or who's not going to wrestle, because like you would want to see the tag team belts. So that made a really good point about Pac. What's gonna happen with that dynamic? So I don't know. Would Kenny do 2 matches in one night and do something stupid like that? Maybe.
Well, unless they lose the belts before then.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, and Hangman interferes in a Kenny Omega Pac match.
Looks like Hangman's more pissed off at the Young Bucks.
He gets mad at Kenny though when they interfere with any minute, like I mean, come on.
But it looks like his anger is being directed
toward
at the Bucks.
the Bucks. Yeah, not really Cody, not really Kenny. It's just
Kenny,
the
he's
Bucks.
kind of like indifferent. Like they celebrate, and he's like, "No, you go ahead and celebrate," and he walks out.
Yeah.
But if you look at the little bit of body language when the Young Bucks are there, you see him get angry.
Yeah, he gets super angry. He doesn't want to be around them.
No. So we'll see. We'll see where they go with all this thing. Yeah, but it might be Hangman versus Kenny. It could be that.
That would be crazy. I'd watch that though. Yeah. So I think that's about it.
Yeah.
We'll be talking more about our C2E2 panel. For anybody who wants to come check us out, it's a professional panel. So it's going to be just a group of us talking about libraries and art. Yeah, I'm a librarian. I don't know if I mentioned that before. But diversity. So I have some friends that are artists. He's going to be talking about his art. We got some people from Guerrilla Publishing, Geeks A Go-Go. Was it Southgate Podcast?
Yep.
One of my coworkers just throwing down for our library. But
Geeks A Go-Go.
Yeah, Geeks A Go-Go and Monica. She's a cosplayer, and Julio from Guerrilla Publishing. So we're going to be talking about diversity and cosplay, not diversity, cosplaying, just Comic-Cons in the library sense, and how it kind of just helps promote diversity and community engagement. So that's our professional side of stuff. But we will be there all day Friday and all the rest of the weekend and leading up to Revolution. We also have a Pro Wrestling Tees mystery box coming in.
Yeah, the wrestling crate. But it was supposed to arrive today. Yeah. USPS always messes things up.
Yeah, it went north instead of coming south. So hopefully we'll get it before. But yeah, we'll do unveiling here, so you guys can start watching that with us. If you guys are interested, we might give away some things. So we'll see how that goes, and then we'll be back to give our thoughts on the Royal Rumble, and we might do an article on what we think might be coming up, who might be there. Paige, what? Somebody said something about Paige, Edge, CM Punk.
I think Edge for sure, because he's already.
Yeah, he showed a picture of his gear and everything, and there was
CM
rumors
Punk
about
and
Paige.
I don't know.
I would love to see Paige back. That's one of my girls. I love her a lot. She's gone through a lot. I would love to see her have just the way. I want her to leave on her own terms and not because of something else. So it'd be really great to actually see her come back. But yeah, we'll probably just throw down a article on who we think. See if we're wrong. If you guys have any ideas who you guys think are gonna be surprise entrances, besides all the throwaways, like The Godfather and things like that. Can we not do that?
I don't think The Godfather will be there.
They has some really bad throwaways. I'm just like, you have a whole roster of, like, I know.
So Cena's supposed to be back there. So
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He said Cena.
He's done.
Cena signed like a Legends contract with them now.
Like, what is that like?
So he's not even gonna be part-time anymore. He's just gonna
pop up.
Yeah, like
so you got like a Rock
like
thing, Undertaker.
The Rock, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
So
it's about that time for him.
The Cena
era.
The Cena era is officially. I mean, it was already done, but now
Yeah,
it's officially
but
done.
yeah, he kind of hasn't been there for a while. It's kind of funny how like he was super annoying when he was super there all the time, and then when he's gone, you're like, oh, I kind of miss Cena just a little bit. And he's not that bad on the mic, so he's like you kind of miss people that are really comfortable on the mic. Because sometimes I don't know, man, what's going on with WWE? Sometimes
It's the writers.
they will just keep saying that. Any other highlights from NXT? No, just
Keith Lee won.
yeah, Undisputed
He's the,
Era,
North American champion now.
Against Roderick, beat Roderick.
Yeah.
So yeah, just we'll see what's gonna happen. Do they have a pay-per-view coming up to the Royal Rumble or no?
Yeah, the Worlds Collide.
Worlds Collide, I think it was. Yeah, so we might be reviewing that. We'll see.
Yeah.
But definitely Royal Rumble, yeah. So that'd be on Sunday. But yeah, thank you guys for checking us out again. Subscribe, share, like, follow, comment.